Okay, this is Tuesday, October 10th, and we're going to look at the S&P E-mini. Going to use the 1500 tick bar chart here. We also see that we use a special volume bar, color-coded volume bar indicators here. On the main screen here, we replace volume with the energy or the effort indicator here that is a better proxy for volume. But the main thing that I want to talk to about quickly in this video here is the momentum oscillator here. So it is able to tell us what we want to interpret from price as it follows momentum. So in order to home in on that, let's expand this screen. Let's get rid of the effort indicator here. We'll just disable that, and this is the short-term trend oscillator. We'll just disable that, and we're going to focus in on the momentum oscillator here. Now, the momentum oscillator has three momentum lines to it. It has the trend momentum line, which is right here, and then it has the price momentum line, which is this tricolored line right here, and then it has time momentum. So the thing that we want to look for when we're using it as an indicator is when the three lines converge, such as over here. They're in close proximity here. So we have price momentum coming up from the lower bound of the oscillator, crossing over the trend momentum, and we know that the effect of price moving is going to have to change the trend, or else the trend won't change. So it crosses over it, and eventually it'll pull that trend up with it or pull it down depending on what direction it's going. And then we have the time momentum here too, that it crosses over that. So that's a good indication right there of the price direction is going to go towards the long side. And we see that right here it comes in, and then we see, as the direction indicates, that price continues up. Now, the other thing about the oscillator here is, people wonder, well, how long do I stay in a trade, or what direction is the price going to go? Well, in the momentum oscillator here, you have price momentum above the upper bound here, and it changes red, and now you see it cutting down through the trend momentum. So that's one indication, because you use it just like an oscillator, but also you see it cutting down here through the price momentum as it heads towards the lower bound. But the thing to notice is that when the price momentum is above the time momentum, then momentum or price tends to stay in that direction. So here we have the price momentum above the time momentum from this point here over to this point here. And we see price going up. Now we have the price momentum below the time momentum, and that should indicate that price is tending to decline. And here we have price momentum going under time momentum over to this point here. Now, you don't want to use this as a single indicator, but you do want to use it in considering, well, how long do I stay in a trade? Such as, let's say you have a timing alert dot here, you have price momentum that's green at the bottom, so you consider that it's going to go in the opposite direction. It crosses the time momentum here, so you get into your trade right here. Let's say you got in right here, and it comes back a little bit right here. And how do you know to stay in that trade or how long to stay in that trade? Well, it crossed the price momentum here, and price momentum is above the time momentum. So we're going to stay in the trade at least for maybe 1.5 to 2 ATRs worth of drawdown. Now, we didn't have any drawdown here, especially if you use the system appropriately, using the VWAP line here, which is yellow, means that price is in an uptrend. You have a timing alert right here, and now you have price momentum coming up from the upper bound of the oscillator. So as we got in here, we didn't have any drawdown, but we now look to see, well, how long is it good to stay in the trade? And you go from, here's price momentum over the time momentum, clear over to here. So if you were to exit, you would stay in this, depending on how you read the oscillator. But if you're just using the momentum parts of it, you would know that this would be where you potentially want to exit. Actually, on the processtrading.com indicators, this is a contrarian line or a contraband where price is likely to regress to the mean, because this VWAP serves as a VWAP, it serves as a support and resistance, and it serves as a regression to the mean line. And so we have timing alert dots here above the contraband. So this actually would be an appropriate time to get out. But considering the momentum, you would use price momentum here being above time momentum until it cuts over here. So let's go a little bit further forward, and then we'll end this session up. And so we see that right here, we have price momentum cutting down through. It already came down here. It cut down through the trend momentum and the upper bound of the oscillator. We also see trend momentum now heading down. And as far as price momentum, we see right here it cuts through time momentum. So we're expecting price to remain to the downside or depressed until it gets back over into, it cuts back up through the time momentum. So we're looking at it from right at this point, and it should continue down. It does continue down until you get right over to this point here, and now you have price momentum cutting up through the time momentum. So that's the, this is probably the most effective use of momentum, where you have a trend momentum, you have the price momentum, and you have the time momentum, all telling you which way the price action is going to take place, but from different perspectives, from the perspective of the trend, of the price, and of the time. So that's it. I just wanted to show you a quick video on a price, trend, and time momentum oscillator. So if you want to know more about any of this stuff, you can go over to processtrading.com. And if you have any questions or any comments or anything, you can either leave them below, or you can go over to processtrading.com and use the contact form, and we will get back to you. So, hey, I hope you have a great trading week, and I'll see you on the next video.